Hello, my dear audiences. Welcome to the East-West Show. My name is Jack Chow. I'm with G&E TV. This is the East-West Show that we try to cover everything, including our local stuff. And of course, we cannot cover anything else without having to cover our local stuff first. Local always comes first. With the local perspective, we try to focus ourselves this time on LAPD. It is all because in an article that caught my eye on LA Time that accordingly that the LAPD have doubled their times records of shooting death as compared to the same time of last year. Last year they had 23 incidences of police fire. And this year, they have 45 already, right? So you can see almost double. Out of this 45 shooting cases, shooting instances, 19 have died. So to give a comment, sharing the info, I have invited my friend, Chris Nibby, a director of lots of film credit. And of course, in order to do film, you have to be a lover for life. You have to love to live. So that's the prerequisite. So I would like to invite you to come here to talk about this issue, and I'd like to express my welcome to you on behalf of my audiences. Please, Chris.
Thank you very much. Some people call me a fighter for justice, which I am, because I'm always on the side of those who deserve justice. In America, I think, unfortunately, violence and racism goes hand in hand. And that is the real problem of why these shootings occur. I can understand that in the course of their duties, police officers constantly are presented or confronted with the dregs of society and abuse, and that they develop a certain callousness. But when you think that I think it's a year ago now that a 10-year-old boy said on TV, "You have to kill all the Chinese." I'm asking you, where does this come from? A child is pure and innocent, so they hear it from the grown-ups. With other words, that's a clear indication that violence and racism go hand in hand. Why is a policeman shooting a colored boy with a toy gun in a park? Why are they shooting to kill instead of just maim? Because everywhere police in the world are trained to disable somebody. And if you shoot somebody in the leg, or especially in the knee, the person immediately falls down. Will never shoot. So this is one of the basic teachings. But I have the impression that they are killing on purpose. How can you do this? What is the instinct? Or like in Ferguson, okay, the boy was also not totally innocent.
That was justified.
But he was his hands up. He had nothing in his hand. Or there's all these, and it's always people who are actually who are helpless actually, and they're being gunned down like a dog with rabies. There's something very, very wrong, and I think this is a problem.
Some comment made officially. It says here, on Tuesday, the new president of the Police Commission described the trend as an alarming development. An alarming development, in which the chief says the loss of trust in communities. In their eyes, they're bad guys. They're all bad guys. That's the key. And also, with this many shootings, 45 times already for this year, surpassing the last year's record of 23 though, with this number doubled, you don't see the crime rate doubled. So numbers don't agree to each other.
But Jack, since the Rodney King case, nothing has changed. So this is not new. This is an ongoing thing in America because, as I said, violence and racism in America go hand in hand. And if you look at entertainment, how do you expect children who are playing video games which show nothing but killing with a gun and violence, how do you expect these children to differentiate between entertainment and the real thing?
Yeah, you're right.
And how, you see, Hollywood films, most of them are an utter display of violence. That's why they are internationally acceptable, because they are addressing the lowest denominator of the people, common denominator. So why is that? And that's the cause. So it's not only the police, it's a general attitude in America.
It's a culture.
The culture is a culture of violence and racism. And it has nothing to do only with the black society.
For a kid playing those violent games when he was 3 years old,
Yes.
like that kind.
Yeah.
So there's a very, very hard distinction for him to make.
Very
to
difficult.
tell from the cyber to reality.
Because children are pure, innocent. It's us who teach them what is right or wrong. And I don't think that our society at this time is equipped to really teach right and wrong, because basically there is a general moral decline. And as I said, since Rodney King, nothing has changed.
Exactly. That automatically leads our conversation from this only comment to the Hollywood culture. Right? Being a director in the Hollywood circle, I believe Mr. Chris Nebe has the right to say about how he comments about the culture misleading our young people, which is only making the situation even worse. Right? So let's take a very short moment now. When we come back, we'll find out from that area, and we'll borrow some of his concept, see how we can improve the situation. So stay with us.